Markets lean to the green today as potential deal talks continue with China and the US, and that on the back after yesterday's greatest deal of all time between the US and the UK, of which we have no details about. But let's talk about today's market setup because it's May the 10th and we're about 45 to the opening bell. So, economic calendar, mostly speculative positions today. Nothing I think is going to move the markets all that much. But let's jump right into the futures where we're seeing again more positivity today. US 30 currently up about 125 points. The 500's up about 22.5. Tech currently up 94. Now, keep in mind a lot of this does have to do with a lot of the trade talks and trade deals that are going on, of which we're not really getting any details of. We really don't know a heck of a lot about, and we really can't confirm one way or the other, except that there are deals. Now, one very important thing I want to note here is that the momentum that you would expect after all these great deals, that plus Middle Eastern peace talks with the Yemeni forces, you would expect the markets to absolutely shoot to the upside. And although the markets are green, the volume is low, and most of the volume actually comes in to downside ticks. Now, keep that in mind as you're going forward in the markets over the next few weeks. But let's have a look at our confirming indicators, because crude, silver, gold, all in the green this morning. And if we have a look at the US dollar, down about 0.25% today, but still holding over 100. I don't know if this is actually going to last here, at least for the short term, but I think long term, we're still expecting to see that US dollar dip back below 100. Now, if we have a look at the 10-year yield this morning, up about 39 basis points, and nothing really too extreme here. We definitely want to keep an eye on both of those metrics especially. But if we're having a look at cryptocurrencies, again, really going higher over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin still comfortably over 100,000. Now, keep in mind a lot of this does have to do with insiders buying in because they got to support this $300 million fund. Now, everything else should remain relatively steady throughout the day unless there is something breaking. Not something I expect to see for most of the morning, perhaps later this afternoon. Until then, I will see you at the opening bell.